I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. It's bright and early in the morning on Sunday here for me. I'm going to ask Kiki to join us today. She's going to be telling us about her journey with Bell's palsy. Hi, Kiki. How are you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you so much. So everybody watching, we postponed the talk from yesterday. I wasn't feeling great. And of course, Kiki was super supportive. And of course, in this community, it's all about self-care, right? So we got to lean on each other.
Absolutely.
How
you okay?
Sorry? Pardon me?
Are you feeling better today?
Oh yeah, I was okay. I was just super run down, and our talk was booked for early in the morning for my time. Kiki's in the UK, everybody, and I'm here in Vancouver, BC, Canada. And I just love how our community can span so far. Like social media is so great that way, because I mean, there's no way I would get to meet you otherwise.
No, it's amazing. Glorious here, isn't it though?
It is. It is. Okay, so Kiki, now this is the second time that you've had Bell's palsy. I don't want anybody to freak out. It is not fairly common, but I did want to welcome Kiki on here because she is being super brave and open, and she has a feed called Kiki and Bell's palsy that she's sharing her journey on. So you're on about day 15-ish, I think.
I think it's day 13 or 14 actually, because I forgot to count day 1 and I've missed quite a couple of times. Brain fog, you know what I mean.
Totally. Yeah, I think that's allowed. We'll give you a pass. So yeah, you've been documenting it for people now.
Yeah.
Now, what I was the most interested in, as you kind of mentioned in your notes, on your interview booking, is the difference in the place you were emotionally the first time versus the second time. Now, I know that you've been part of the community here for a couple of weeks. I'm not sure if you were before, but I'm very interested in the emotional side of the Bell's palsy and kind of like a reason that it would happen to us. So that's why I'm really interested to hear. So why don't you tell me a little bit about the first versus the second time?
Yeah, sure, definitely. So the first time round, and I think this will probably, every single person that hears this is going to go, yeah, I thought I was having a stroke. So obviously the whole, oh my God, I'm panicking, what is going on? And I'm really lucky that the company that I work for, it's within the medical industry. So we work a lot with disabled people, a lot of people that have got different kind of conditions and whichever. But I still hadn't got a clue what this was. And I was calling my boss and I was like, something's not right with me. My face feels weird. And he was like, just go to the doctors, speak to them, see how, okay, fine. And then they said that word palsy when I was on the phone to the doctors, which again, linking up to what I do, we work with people who've got cerebral palsy, etc., etc. And oh my God.
So you thought you were dying, probably, right? Like
literally.
Yeah.
Or panic mode. Thankfully, not just the company, I have a really good support network around me. My family lives close by, my partner's here as well, and they massively helped me overcome this and kind of understand what was happening the first time round. And you do that thing which is you're not meant to do, which is Googling.
Yeah. Dr. Google.
They said it's an infection, it could be this, it could be that. And I was like, right, what is this? What's going on? How long is this going to last? And I just kind of decided to go into this research thing that probably every single person that's got it and going through it has done.
Or anything, right? That's what we do.
But that's why it's great having these online communities as well, because you get to feel people's real experiences, and sometimes that can give you more than what the doctors can give you. But doing that sets you into kind of like a bit of a panic.
Yeah, it makes it more real, kind of, I think, too, right?
I suffer from an anxiety disorder, so I get very like this quite easily, and I just remember being like, right, this is mad. I've got brain fog has come on strong right now. Where was I?
You were Googling. This is when you were doing your research and you were talking about community. Don't worry, this happens to me a lot too. And the communities, how you can get a lot of information from communities.
So I joined Facebook. I was on here and I was like, right, what I'm going to do, because I want to kind of track my own progress. If I put it onto social media, then I'll have a reason to track it.
Yeah, it gives you kind of accountability. You want to remember. Because on your feed, you don't want it to say day 13, then day 15. That would drive you crazy.
Exactly. That's the point. Exactly. So I started doing that, and then what I found whilst doing that is that I would obsess a little bit. So I'd be like, what's going on with my face? What's going on with my face? What's going on with my face? I'd stand in front of the mirror going, can I move anything? Can I move anything? And it just wouldn't happen. And really being part of this kind of community really helped me to chill out, to really chill out. You're seeing people who've got the same experiences. I think I was quite lucky in the fact that I caught it on the first day, where not a huge town, so the doctors were quite easy to just get in with and just be like, right, this is happening. They saw me, they gave steroids and the antivirals.
Yeah, which are very important for anybody new watching. Make sure you get those. Yeah.
Do the course, don't not do the course. But I also discovered acupuncture as well. So that was from the community, and I thought, okay, let's just give it a go. The acupuncture not only, I personally think, helped the first time round with the palsy, it helped me mentally so much because it was like a therapy session.
Isn't it?
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Because you're forced to literally lie there for half an hour or however long.
Like,
you know,
this, amazing.
You just lie there. When I first went for acupuncture, because I did, like when I first got Bell's palsy, so it was like 6 or 7 years ago now. So, and I didn't really even think, I guess, to look on Facebook. Like I just Googled whatever. And the only person I ever knew that had Bell's palsy was this girlfriend of mine, and she recovered completely. Like, ew, lucky her. Anyways, I call her a jerk, but it's okay. We're good about it. She's like, yeah, that's fair. So I went to the acupuncturist. Now it's Chinese medicine, and the acupuncture was an older Chinese man, and I couldn't understand him very much, or a language barrier. And so I had no idea what to expect. No. So he leaves me in that room. I'm like, I could be here for 15 minutes. I could be here for 3 days. Like, I don't know. But yeah, so about half an hour, and it's just, so you're forced to literally like meditate, half nap, you know, it's amazing. I agree.
I personally find it hard to switch my brain off. So meditation is one of the things that I'd love to be able to do, but I really need to train myself to do it. Going into these sessions, it's exactly like you say, you're in a room, you got a bunch of pins in your face.
Yeah. But no, where are you going? Yeah.
Right. I absolutely love it. So that I would 100%, no matter what stage you're at, I think it's something that I would definitely recommend. Obviously costs and that kind of thing.
Of course costs. But I always recommend it too, because it's such a wonderful therapy. I have somebody coming on that does Chinese medicine and acupuncture in a couple of weeks, and I met with her last week, and she's fabulous, and so I learned a little bit about it. And I mean, it works. I know it works. It's very effective. But even if, you know, you're not going to find it super effective for you personally, it's not going to hurt. And those are the things that us in this community with experience with Bell's palsy, because I know that we've tried I've tried literally anything. We all have. So people will be like, oh, did that work for you? I don't know, because I tried everything.
It can vary.
You think like rubbing rosemary oil on my face, that's gonna work? Great, sign me up. I'm signed up. I do doTERRA. I put it in the coconut oil. I got to rub it on my face, like anything, right? Yeah. And acupuncture and anything natural like that, cranial sacral therapy, anything, give it a shot.
Why not?
Right? Like, give it a shot. Why not? It can't hurt. So obviously costs, you know, you want to make sure that you're doing things that resonate the most with you, but I definitely recommend acupuncture. Yeah.
Speak to the clinician as well. Again, I was really lucky. I think just where I live it's nice. There's a lot of nice people around, but she was really understanding. She used to be a nurse before she got into acupuncture. She's been doing acupuncture for the past years, I think. And I explained to her, I was like, look, this is happening to me. The thing is, last year I just started a new job. I'd lost my job from COVID because of, you know, not being able to go into work, and then I literally just started a new job, more or less.
Okay.
It wasn't one of the, I couldn't get acupuncture with my insurance with work, but I knew I wanted to try it. So I was just honest with her. I said, look, this is where I'm at. I'm absolutely desperate to get this seen to. And she's like, right, we're going to sort this out. We'll do this and we'll see how it is, because you're going through this and you're going to need multiple treatments in the first couple of weeks. We'll do a deal for you. Again, lucky, really lucky, and it's not going to happen to everybody, and I completely know that. But there's no harm in being honest with this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Don't
and not feeling ashamed, like being like, hey, because you know what? I bet you, like, people are compassionate. And in this community, like me reaching out and talking to experts and things that kind of come in my path on this feed, they're so passionate. Like, there's a reason why people get into things like, say, acupuncture. I don't think that when you're a kid, you're like, you know what? That's my dream. I'm going to be an acupuncturist. I think that you get into these kind of, especially kind of natural paths of medicine because you are passionate about it. So I think that us going in and saying, hey, you know what? Like, I need this, or and give it a shot. What are they going to say? No, right? So I think that that's a great suggestion, like going in and just asking, saying like, hey, can I have a payment plan, or can I, you know?
You may as well ask. I just realized I've completely not actually answered the question that you asked me originally, which is what's the difference between this time and last time?
That's okay. We can loop around.
So if I think about what the differences are, this time around, I knew it was coming. So what happened was, it was on a Sunday, and the right side of my tongue, I'd lost taste and sensation. And I thought, hang on a minute.
That's weird,
happening here. This is definitely, this really reminds me of the first symptoms that I had last year. To the day, I might say, by the way, which is even spookier.
Oh, no way.
Literally, right to the day. It was, I think it was one day off. It would have been one day either side, would have been exactly a year since I had it last.
Crazy.
And I spoke to Alan and was like, I think it's coming back. Like, I can't taste anything on the right side of my tongue. I said, I've not got COVID again, because I've got all taste on the whole of my tongue, and I didn't lose my sense of taste whenever I had COVID. And I thought, the rest of the day I kept on like, do you know what I mean whenever you like rub your tongue on your teeth to like see it's still there?
Yeah.
I was doing that the whole day, and then I was checking to see, are my gums feeling weird, because that's the next thing that happened. I thought I had gingivitis the first time round, because I thought, what's going on with my teeth? Like, something's wrong with my teeth, something's wrong with my mouth. This time I didn't have that, but I was just going through the motions of what's wrong with me, what doesn't feel like it's in the right place. So I had the sensation of the tongue, and then I realized that my inner ears were aching, and I thought, I'd bought myself some really cheap earpods to wear. He works nights, so I try to keep my headphones in whenever I'm working from home. And so I'd been working 5 days a week for the past 2 months, more or less, with these really cheap headphones in my ears, thinking nothing on it, thinking that the earache that I'm getting is because I'm too cheap to buy expensive.
Isn't it weird, like how we dream up of all these things? Yeah.
And then I was like, right, I've not got cheap headphones, I've got an ear infection, I must have an ear infection. So it was Sunday, so I couldn't call my doctors. First thing in the morning, called them. It's back. I know it's back. My face had started to drop ever so slightly. It was doing that, the puffy feeling where it was still, I could still move it, but it was now at the point where it was just completely scrunched.
I guess it's inflamed or whatever, I guess.
Exactly. And I just remember feeling a bit like, oh, well, this is annoying. Message work, FYI, this is happening. Probably, blah, 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 blah.
Here we go again,
Yeah. And by the end of the day, I was like, yeah, definitely got it. Went to the doctors. They gave me all the stuff that I needed to have. Booked in with my acupuncturist. Hi, Juliet. It's back again. Can I come in yesterday? She was like, yeah, we'll get you in tomorrow.
Yesterday.
Good. And then the next day, I kind of found myself in that kind of, well, this is happening again. It's really rubbish, whatever. And then suddenly it hit me again. And the first time round, I was laughing at myself. I was like, this is hilarious. Like, my face, I've never seen my face do this before. And I was FaceTiming my brother going, what is happening to me? Like, this is really funny. And then it was a whole bump, hit me in the face, and I had a huge breakdown. This time I knew what's happening. There was no panic. And I don't think I would call it shock. I think I would call it absolute annoyance that it was back, that it had come back. And I just remember waking up on the third day, and I couldn't turn around and look at my partner. I was like, I don't want you to look at me. I don't want you to see me. And he was like, really supportive. It doesn't matter. I'm here for you, whatever. And I just burst out crying. And it was at that point that I was like, I have to accept these feelings. I don't have to think. Last time I was thinking, I'm going to get through this, I'm going to do this, let's do all the research that I can have, and I'll find everything that I need to find, we're going to do all the stuff, we're going to raise all the awareness and do all these things. This time I was just miserable, absolutely miserable. And I said to myself, I'm going to sit with this feeling. Oh, I'm not used to talking.
No, I know, you're right.
I'm going to sit with these feelings, I'm going to go with it, and I'm going to let myself be miserable. And I said to Alan, I was like, I'm really sorry I'm like this at the moment. I just need to sit in a room by myself with a hot water bottle strapped to my face. I might go to bed. I might watch a whole series of Charmed because, you know, it's Charmed. Yeah. And I'm going to do nothing for a week. And he was like, okay, you do that. And I said to work, this is what's happening. If I don't want to risk, because it's, again, I was lucky enough to recover from it, and I feel like I've started to recover again. And I don't know whether or not that's because I've caught it early, or it's the type that I get. Maybe I'm the doctor said you might be susceptible to it, so you might get it again. And if it just means it's going to come in bouts, I'd rather go through the motions, and rather than fighting it, let it do its course, because your body is, it's the most natural thing that you're ever going to be in contact with, isn't it? It's you, it's who you are. If these things are happening to you, I'm not going to say it happens for a reason. I'm going to say that it happens because maybe you need to slow down. Maybe you need to stop doing this. Maybe you need to go through this process, have a massive cry, scream at the wall, punch a pillow, and then be like, right, I'm ready to fight again. I'm ready to get back up, and I'm ready to keep on going. I'm so glad I did that, because I had that week off, and then I've been able to work pretty much full time again last week, just stopping because of my eyes. But just because I took that time to kind of stop, center myself and think, I'm going through this, we're doing this, let's just carry on. And
yeah, and I think that you've totally hit it on the head there, where the first, so this is so fascinating to me. I have like, I'm so like, it blows my mind, and I'm not surprised, because the first time you literally pushed through, you had to get it done, you didn't, basically you were ignoring your feelings or why this possibly was happening to you. And I do agree with you, and I do feel that this happens for a reason. And I don't mean that, like, for people watching, I'm not saying it happens to you for a reason because you're a terrible person or anything that you did wrong. But metaphysically, Louise Hay, and if you know, you've listened to me before, you know I love Louise Hay. The metaphysical reason she says that Bell's palsy or facial paralysis happens is that you are not using your voice. You're not using your voice. You're not standing up for yourself. So what happens is, the lesson is your mouth literally gets paralyzed. So the lesson is, you know, your voice is paralyzed. You need to use it. So how that resonates with me is self-care, standing up for yourself, those types of things. You're okay if I just keep going?
Yeah.
Take a break. Yeah, I figured, but I just wanted to check. So to me, it's so fascinating to me that you're saying the first time this happened to you, it's go, 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 no self-care, no honoring your feelings, not even probably even recognizing what's happening. You fully recover. You need to learn. So the universe says, well, we're going to teach her again. She didn't learn the lesson the first time. And this time you sat with those feelings. And I mean, a week is a long time, but it's also not a long time relative to, you know, you take, it's like if you have a sprained ankle, right? If you rest it for the 6 weeks, then it's going to heal. If you rest it for 2 weeks and then you're back on it, and what's going to happen is going to get sprained again. So it's so fascinating to me. So I know in my heart that this is your lesson learned, because you're using your voice. Look at you here, telling your story, being brave, having your Instagram feed. And for some people, you know, being out on social media is way too much. For some people that I talk to is taking a picture with your kids. a lot of people, that's a big, huge step for them. And you don't even have to put it anywhere. I'm not saying make it your Facebook cover page. Have it on your phone. That's okay. So to some people, that's the lesson, or, you know, being open, or whatever you need in life. What do you need? Not what everybody else. So this is fascinating. I am fascinated.
It's really nice that you say that as well, because it's nice to kind of validate what's in my head, I guess.
Well, I'm glad. Yeah.
But happy Heather said I'm a champ. Thank you. So
yeah, you are. Yeah. I do, and I really appreciate you sharing your story here. You've been such a big part of this community, and I know you will continue to. I do really appreciate, like, the people who have come together. I see Heather, like, chatting with people on the feed here. Cash, I'm so glad that you've joined. So Cash just mentioned in the comments that he's had facial paralysis since he's been born and thought he was the only one. So I'm so glad that you're here, because you're not alone, and we all are in this together. We have so much in common, whether we're in Canada or the UK or Lebanon or anywhere. We are all the same. We have the same. It's fascinating to me how we can be from all different walks of life and have the same feelings. It's so fascinating to me.
It is. It's just all of it. It's just a bit mad, and it's just nice to have that community where you can offload to. I put what start again, Karina. Sorry,
no,
that's my
okay.
No rush. When it came back, I remember putting onto a Facebook group saying, "Let's talk about what your emotions are." I find Facebook is it's a less interactive way to have these kind of discussions, because people only read in my experience anyway, people only read the "I'm hurting, help me," rather than what I was saying was, "I'm hurting right now. Let's have an open discussion if you feel up to it, to kind of go over what you're feeling." And that's why I really like using Instagram, because you can use it either as somewhere to just spout out what's going on in your head, somewhere to document what your improvement is, but also I think it's a little bit more intimate in regards to people interacting. So I've got a few different people that I'm messaging at the moment that we're talking with, that are going through the same things on this account.
Great.
And it's a two-way thing. It's not me helping people, it's us helping each other. And I think that's so important, because the docs, I appreciate them so much, and you know, I might have been in a worse position if I hadn't have got them, but they still don't know what it is. They don't understand 100% why we get it. They don't understand what's happening to kind of that makes this happen. And having other people's experiences, it's just, it makes you feel like you can breathe.
Yeah, I love that. And on the chat here, they're just talking about, just Heather was just saying, I think, to Cash, like, just let it out. Just, we'll talk about our experiences. We all have it in common. My favorite is that we can joke about it, you know, and, you know, and I just love it. And if, you know, for those following us, you can follow Kiki on her journey. She's on day 14 here. And thank you so much for joining us. Let's get some heat on that face, because I know it was a lot of talking. A lot of talking. Make sure you get some heat on that face, do some stretches, maybe get some acupuncture tomorrow. And I'm so glad to have met you. I just love new friends that I found here, and I know we're going to be friends for a long time. To everyone else joining us, I'll post all the information in the comments of the post, and you can of course rewatch it at any time, and make sure you check out all the other talks that I've done. And hey, I've been putting all the talks on Instagram or on YouTube, and I need YouTube followers. And the only reason is because they'll give me a custom name if I have 100 followers. So we need to get some followers on YouTube so I can have the bellspalsy custom name, because I'm a control freak and I need it to like look right. So thank you so much for joining us, Kiki, and I will talk to you very soon. And good luck with your recovery, and keep us posted.
No worries. Ciao, guys. Bye-bye.